Hey everybody, what is up? Welcome back to Final Trade. I've got the release plus 50-day readout of Baldur's Gate set box sales from TCG Player. These are the data that I pulled down off of TCG, and this is the new plotting tool for the first time in action. You see the weakness that we were all amazed by once we saw the rug pull that WotC pulled on all of us with Baldur's Gate. The great cards they took out of Baldur's Gate and put into Double Masters 2022 instead, and the resulting price meltdown. Now, the interesting thing is 40% of these box sales were after release. So if we say 4,500 sales total up to the release plus 50-day mark, 40% of those 4,500 have been post-release. So it has been selling. It's been selling really well too. And here's the interesting thing. How would you guess this has sold against Kamigawa Neon Dynasty at the same point in its lifetime? Well, Kamigawa's actually sold less, up to the 50-day mark in its lifetime. Now, it did require Kamigawa to get up to the mid-120s, and it required Baldur's Gate to melt down to the mid-80s in order to induce that demand, but it is there, and it's interesting to think about what that means for possible reprints of Baldur's Gate. You know, WotC does not want to reprint something that's selling for $85 in the secondary market. And it's going to require that the sales continue to be strong of Baldur's Gate set boxes for months into the future. And we're probably talking 6, 8, 10 months into the future. And at that point, if that strong sales can drive up the price, it can tighten up the market and get the price into, 110s, 115s, then potentially I think we could see a reprint of this product going out, 10 months from now. But no time soon, and it's more an issue of the price rather than the amount that's been consumed. This is a pretty bad product, and especially relative to Kamigawa. Kamigawa was very well liked, well received. It was a popular product. It was a good set, had great art, had a great feel to it. And Baldur's Gate just fell flat because they took out everything great, and there were only a few good cards, and people just didn't warm to it. Plus, the price was too high. So it's definitely going to require a lot of tightening up in the market if we expect to see a reprint of this. It'll be interesting going forward into the next 50-day block when we get out to the release plus 100 to see if it's still ahead of where Kamigawa was at the same relative time in its life. Because if these boxes tighten up, if the supply decreases, and say they jump to $110 in the next 45 days, you may see a lot of people just pull back and say, hey, this just flat isn't worth it for $110. So I thought that was really interesting. If we add Streets of New Capenna in here, you can see that it was underselling both of these two products just on a per box basis, but again, its price was in between. It was in the mid-90s at this point in its life cycle. So let me know what you think. I'm still tuning up this data tool, and thankfully I put all the old data that I collected from all the Flesh and Blood sets and all the Magic sets and everything in it this morning, and I didn't find any bugs while I was doing that. I guess that means that all the bugs that are in there are really well hidden. I'm working on a list of features of things I want to add to this. Previously when I was doing this in Google Sheets, I would display a table with some data in it, like the cumulative number of boxes up to certain breakpoints in the history of a product. And I don't have that yet. That's something I'm going to add to this, but I'll just have to find some time to sit down and pound out some more MATLAB code to enable that. So let me know what you think. Any suggestions? If any of this stuff is unreadably small, let me know. Otherwise, if you appreciate this work, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Join me on Final Trade. Join the Patreon. Thanks a lot.